World of Iraqi dinar speculation, there has been considerable discussion around the timeline for a potential revaluation, RV, of Iraq's currency. It is believed that Iraq can only change its currency rate at specific times of the year, namely at the beginning or the middle. This idea is based on statements made by Dr. Sinan Al-Shabibi, the former governor of the Central Bank of Iraq. According to Shabibi, adjusting a nation's currency rate is a highly strategic move that requires careful planning, and the government typically aligns these changes with key financial periods, such as the start of a fiscal year or at mid-year checkpoints. These are the windows in which Iraq would theoretically be most likely to implement a major change like revaluing its currency. For Iraq to revalue the dinar, there must be visible signs of increased governmental and economic activity in preparation for such a significant financial shift. These preparations would likely involve the completion of critical legal frameworks, financial policies, and reforms. Without these steps in place, a sudden revaluation would be highly unlikely, because such a move requires a solid foundation in both domestic and international financial systems. As a result, it is not merely about the desire or intent to revalue the currency, but about ensuring the necessary structures are in place to support such a move. Interestingly, September has been a month where we've seen these critical steps being taken by Iraq's government. Iraq has significantly ramped up its actions and legislative efforts to prepare for a potential revaluation. The country's political and financial institutions are reportedly working harder than ever to finalize important laws and regulations that would help create a stable economic environment for the dinar's revaluation. This sudden uptick in activity is a positive indicator that Iraq may be on the verge of making the long-awaited currency move. In particular, laws that pertain to financial transparency, anti-corruption measures, and foreign investment protections are considered essential in this process. Without these legal frameworks in place, Iraq's currency would not have the backing it needs to sustain a revaluation, especially in the global market. The completion of these laws shows that Iraq is taking the necessary steps to fortify its economic structure, and that these steps must be completed before any meaningful change in the currency's value can take place. Additionally, this surge of activity is happening at a crucial time, aligning with the window that Shabibi identified as optimal for a revaluation. This adds further weight to the possibility that Iraq could be gearing up for a currency revaluation soon. The fact that we are seeing these moves now, in September, fits perfectly within this predicted timeline. However, it's important to note that while these signs are promising, nothing is guaranteed until the revaluation actually happens. Iraq has been in a state of economic and political turmoil for years, and while the recent developments are encouraging, they do not automatically ensure a revaluation. The global economic environment, political stability, and Iraq's relationships with foreign governments and international organizations like the International Monetary Fund, IMF, also play a significant role in determining when or if the revaluation will occur. In conclusion, Iraq's potential currency revaluation centers around specific timeframes that align with statements made by Shabibi. September appears to be a pivotal month where Iraq has increased its legislative and economic actions, possibly preparing for a revaluation in the near future. While the developments are encouraging, the situation remains complex, and a definitive revaluation will depend on a variety of factors coming together at the right time.